The 10 colors of summer 2026. So many new colors. I'm sure you'll be surprised. Want to know what they are? Then come with me. Number 1 is turquoise blue, a color that sits between blue and green and strongly reminds us of seawater. This is a color that had stepped out of the spotlight for a while, but it's making a huge comeback for summer. It appeared in a wide range of brands, with a special highlight in Stella McCartney's Ring Summer 2026 runway show. It's a more vibrant color, but this time it can also appear in a softer, more delicate way, especially because it's often featured flowing fabrics, sheer material, and draping, perfectly capturing the aesthetic of summer 2026. Anyone who follows the music industry knows that pop star Zara Larsson has been making waves with bold, vibrant colors, especially this turquoise blue. It's no surprise that among younger people, this color has already become one of the favorites for summer. As I always say here on the channel, you'll always find something a little warmer, a little cooler, a little lighter, or a little darker, because everyone looks their best in a slightly different variation of each color. Right now, this color is often being paired with yellow, light pink, and gray. And those are my top recommendations when putting together an outfit. You can also use this color to replace certain shades of blue that you don't really like or that you feel wash you out. Some people don't look their best in baby blue. It's definitely worth trying turquoise blue instead. If you don't want to fully embrace the bold color combinations of summer, such as pairing it with yellow or pink, or even, perhaps, with red, I highly recommend giving priority to more neutral shades such as black, white, beige, and gray, allowing the turquoise blue to become the main visual focus. You can choose a blouse, an accessory, or a skirt in this color, keep everything else more neutral. That's always a very smart way to start incorporating this color into your wardrobe and of course into your everyday outfit. Number 2 is burnt orange. This is a color that is most commonly associated with autumn, yet it has become a beautiful surprise for summer. It appeared in several collections, including Dior's cruise show. We also saw it in Saint Laurent's spring summer runway show, as well as at Prada and Miu. In other words, it's an excellent choice, especially if you're someone who naturally looks great wearing warmer orange tones. Burnt orange is an excellent alternative for women who don't see themselves wearing a bright, vibrant orange. We can say that burnt orange is very close to terracotta, making it especially flattering for autumn color palette. You can also, as I always mention, adapt the shade to your own beauty by choosing the variation that enhances your features the most. Among the best color combinations, I recommend shades such as khaki and pearl. You can also wear it with white and black, allowing this orange shade to become the focal point of your outfit. Another combination that was extremely popular and that I believe will make a strong comeback is turquoise paired with orange, which, as you know, creates a slightly more retro vibe. Number 3 is petal pink. Petal pink was chosen as the color of the Met Gala in 2026 thanks to its incredible popularity. This is a softer, more delicate shade of pink that has become one of designers' biggest bets as one of the leading color trends of the new season. It's a very feminine, sweet, and delicate shade that works beautifully across a wide variety of garments. Think of blouses, vests, ballet flats, and satin skirts. All of these pieces will be especially popular when featured in this color. It's a very romantic and gentle shade and for that reason offers a wide variety of styling possibilities. Among the best color combinations, I'd first like to highlight red. As I've already shown here on the channel, pairing pink with red works incredibly well. One color complements the other, creating an outfit that is delicate and feminine while also giving it a slightly more powerful. If you don't like a bright red, you can pair it with burgundy instead. The effect is very similar. Another combination that's extremely popular right now is petal pink with jade green. Jade green is soft and slightly more delicate, making it an excellent match for the equally soft shade of pink. In fact, this combination is especially beautiful on women with lighter coloring or medium contrast. Those with a summer color palette will be able to make great use of this pairing. If you're looking for a fresh outfit, I recommend pairing it with white. This combination is also appearing everywhere and is much easier, more practical, and more wearable for everyday life. This is also a color that looks beautiful in monochromatic outfits or tone-on-tone looks. So, you could start with a romantic blouse, which is very trendy right now, pair it with lightweight pants that are perfect for summer, and then gradually add accessories in a slightly darker shade of pink. I don't recommend pairing this petal pink with a very bold, vibrant pink such as Barbie pink because the result can become a little too overwhelming. Instead, I suggest choosing colors that complement it, such as white, jade, green, or red, or opting for monochromatic outfits with lower color saturation. Number 4 is tomato red. Those of you who follow the channel already know that I've been talking about tomato red for quite some time. It's a warm, pure shade that's perfect for anyone looking for a more vibrant and daring summer look. It has been one of the key pigments on the runways of Chanel, Stella McCartney, and many others. It's a very striking color, and that's exactly why I recommend introducing it through small details at first. I always recommend starting tomato red by using color pop technique. You could choose a handbag, pair of shoes, or a belt, something that naturally stands out. That way, you can introduce this color into your wardrobe and your outfits without committing to a dress, a pair of pants, or a blouse that might be a little more difficult for you to style. This is a warmer color, which means it won't flatter everyone equally. That's why I recommend that if you don't feel your best wearing tomato red, you replace it with burgundy. That's my personal choice. Tomato red doesn't suit me very well, so I switched to a slightly darker and cooler shade that worked much better with my color. When it comes to styling, I recommend pairing it with black to create strong contrast, with sky blue, which is very fashionable right now, or with cream if you're looking for a more sophisticated and elegant look. In fact, I always associate the combination of red and cream here on the channel with that chic French aesthetic. Just think of something like a strawberry tart. You have the cream element and the red element together. It's a very beautiful and sophisticated combination. If you want to create a stylish and youthful outfit with this color, I recommend incorporating it mainly through pieces such as a great pair of sneakers, a fashionable tank top, or even sweatpants. These are more casual pieces that work perfectly as the focal point of an outfit, making your look more interesting while still being easy to style. I'm really curious to know what your favorite color is. Could it be one of the biggest color trends for summer? I want to know. As for me, I'll tell you right now at the moment, it's navy blue. I just can't help it. Whenever I can, I buy something in navy blue, and it's been making me very happy. But now, I want to hear your favorite in the comments. And you already know that if you leave your hi Mia, I'll reply within 24 hours with that special heart-shaped like. So, I'm counting on your comment. While you're sharing your thoughts, let's keep going with number 5 is cobalt blue, which has become a true sensation lately. Cobalt blue is a bold, cool-toned blue that is especially flattering for women with a winter color palette. It's true that cobalt blue does suit everyone, and it's one of those colors I always tell you to test first. Take a t-shirt in this shade and hold it close to your face. If you feel like it emphasizes your dark circles, avoid cobalt blue. It's one of those colors that will either make you look absolutely stunning or completely wash you out. This is a very vibrant, confident, and eye-catching color. Just as I mentioned with tomato red, cobalt blue has often been used as a pop of color. That means you'll find plenty of accessories in this shade, whether it's ballet flats, sneakers, belt, handbags, beret, or baseball cap. In fact, all of these items can make even the simplest outfit much more interesting. I recently talked here on the channel about blue ballet flats, and among all the different shades, cobalt blue really stood out. The best part is that you can take a basic outfit, jeans, a white t-shirt, or a sweater, something more neutral, and pair it with cobalt blue ballet flats or sneakers. You notice that the outfit instantly becomes much more stylish. When it comes to color combinations, I recommend shades like ivory, which create contrast while also softening the overall look. You can also consider light pink and yellow if you're aiming for something a little bolder while still keeping a fresh summery feel. It works as an alternative to navy blue, but be careful because in more formal environments, I would say it can create an overly strong visual impact. So don't confuse these two shades. If you're looking for a lighter, softer look, pair this color with white. White always adds extra brightness to any color it's combined with, making cobalt blue appear less intense. On the other hand, if you're going for a more powerful and dramatic look, pair it with black. Black always brings that sense of power and luxury, making it perfect for women who prefer a more urban style. Number 6 is vanilla yellow, popcorn yellow, and butter yellow. These are shades of yellow with slight variation. Some are a little more saturated, such as popcorn yellow. Vanilla yellow is softer, more delicate, and lighter, while butter yellow is the perfect middle ground between the two. These are soft, delicate shades that also create a very luxurious and elegant appearance. It's no surprise that these lighter yellows have been appearing not only in clothing but also in accessories. A while ago, I featured the butter-colored shoe trend and talked about how these pieces were making a huge comeback for summer 2026 fashion. Because it's a much more sophisticated shade of yellow, it quickly became one of the biggest favorites of the moment. It's no surprise that combinations such as yellow with brown, yellow with white have become some of the most popular color pairings of 2026. I think this is a beautiful color and an excellent alternative to more saturated yellows, such as sunshine yellow or canary yellow, which not everyone enjoys wearing. Some people feel that when they wear those those brighter yellows, they look a little washed out, almost as if the clothes arrive before the person does. In that case, replacing them with lighter shades such as butter yellow, popcorn yellow, or vanilla yellow is an excellent idea. As I mentioned before, accessories in these shades are extremely fashionable right now. So you can start by choosing shoes and handbags instead of committing to a larger garment. Even so, I'm a huge fan of monochromatic outfits in these shades. I simply think they look absolutely gorgeous. This is one color I still haven't tried myself. I have to admit that I've never been a huge fan of yellow, but I'm going to give it a try and see whether it suits my coloring. Number 7 is apple green, also known as grass green. Green is one of those colors that you either absolutely love or don't want anywhere near you. In fact, some people genuinely dislike green and avoid wearing it altogether. But what may actually be happening is that you simply haven't found your shade of green yet. That's why I'm always excited whenever a new shade of green appears or whenever a new tone becomes more widely available for us to try and see whether it complements our natural coloring. Apple green and grass green aren't extremely saturated shades. They're certainly eye-catching, but they also have a subtle softness to them. They're the kind of colors we're already very familiar with because they remind us of nature. So, they're not like neon green, which often grabs attention before people even notice. Apple green and grass green are much more about complementing your look. I think it's a beautiful color. It's perfect for anyone who wants to attract attention. Since green is often overlooked, it naturally stands out whenever someone wears it. In my last video, I even mentioned how stunning it looks from dresses, wedding guest dresses, or bridesmaid dresses because it draws attention while remaining incredibly sophisticated. Among my favorite combinations with this shade of green, I'll start with ivory. Ivory adds a touch of sophistication. In other words, it takes this green, which can easily be worn casually, and elevates it into something more refined and timeless. There are countless ways to wear these colors together. You could pair a green skirt with an ivory blouse or a green blouse with ivory tailored pants. The idea is to get creative by combining these two shades, which work beautifully together and, as I mentioned, create a more elegant and sophisticated appearance. If you're someone who enjoys bolder looks, I recommend pairing it with light pink. As I've mentioned before, light pink works beautifully with green. Here, you can think of petal pink, which, when paired with apple green, creates a fresh, floral look that perfectly matches the spirit of summer. I absolutely love the colors together. It's not something you see every day, but whenever I do, it reminds me of a very inspired outfit. You know, ladies, I'm completely in love with this combination. It's one I sometimes wear myself. I'm happy these colors are trending, because it gives all of us the chance to experiment with them. It wouldn't surprise me at all if these colors start appearing together in the same prints as part of the summer aesthetic. And if you're enjoying this video, you should definitely subscribe to the channel because I'm always sharing upcoming trends well in advance. That way, you can prepare ahead of time and buy only the pieces you truly love and that flatter you the most. And, of course, you'll often be able to buy them at much better prices because you already know what's going to be trending in the coming season. If you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications. That way, YouTube will let you know every day whenever I upload a new video. While you're doing that, let's continue with the video. Number 8 is Cloud Dancer. Pantone's color of 2026. I know not everyone liked this color. Many people said it's simply another shade of white, but just because it's very close to white doesn't mean we can't wear it in our everyday. Quite the opposite. I think white is a basic color just like black, and that's exactly why it can be paired with an endless variety of other colors. What I find especially interesting about this shade is that it frequently appeared in monochromatic outfits and was often associated with a sense of light, featuring fabrics with more movement or a touch of transparency. In some cases, it also appeared in puff silhouettes that added softness, flow, and a cozy feel. This isn't a pure white shade either. It has a hint of yellow and a touch of gray. It's not really a white tone, it's a cloud tone. And that's exactly why, as I always say here on the channel, you can and should adapt this color to suit your own coloring. For example, this shade looks wonderful because my coloring is softer. Pure white doesn't flatter me very much. I need a little bit of gray in it. So, in my case, it enhances my features beauty. If your coloring is warmer, you can choose a shade that's closer to off-white. That's perfectly fine because, as I always say here on the channel, one person's white isn't necessarily another person's white. That's also why many brides need to be careful when choosing a wedding dress. A gown that looks stunning on one bride may not flatter another bride's color, even though both dresses are considered white. One combination I really love with this color is brown. I think brown brings out the sophistication this shade deserves. It's definitely a pairing I would choose. Another equally sophisticated combination that I think looks beautiful is navy blue. These are more classic and traditional combinations, but overall, you can pair this color with many different shades. And, of course, you can also choose it for accessories. If white is one of your favorite colors, now is the perfect time to be happy because this shade continues to be one of the biggest highlights of the season. Number 9 is sky blue, which appears as a slightly softer and cooler alternative to turquoise blue. Some people don't like turquoise blue precisely because it contains a hint of green. In that case, sky blue is the perfect choice. It's a beautiful color, and I'd say it's also a more classic shade. That means it's not one of those colors that goes out of style every few years only to return much later. Quite the opposite. We frequently see trends featuring this shade of blue, as well as timeless pieces that never go out of fashion, such as the classic blue tailored shirt, which we can confidently call a true wardrobe staple. You can pair this color with many others. I'll focus on the combinations that work best for some. You can wear it with yellow, pink, or even gray if you're looking to create a softer overall look. Although this shade of blue is similar to baby blue, it's actually an excellent alternative to it, because even though baby blue is lighter and softer, it doesn't flatter everyone. You can easily replace it with this sky blue, which is a little more saturated and has much more of a summery feel. Even though this is a color you can confidently wear in a monochromatic outfit, you can also start incorporating it into your everyday wardrobe by pairing it with neutral shades, since it has a slightly more classic, tailored look. It works beautifully with beige, gray, and black. It's a shade of blue that adds a pop of color to your outfit without being too bold. On the contrary, subtle, elegant, and understated. Number 10 is chocolate brown. Although chocolate brown is rich, deep, and more commonly associated with autumn than summer, it has been emerging as the new neutral. It's no surprise that we've recently seen countless color combinations built around brown. I think that's fantastic because brown is an excellent alternative to black. Some people simply don't look their best in black. Black can feel too heavy, too intense, or too cool. It's worth remembering that black is a signature color of winter color palette. Generally looks best on people with high contrast, cool-toned coloring. On some people, however, it can be overwhelming. That's where chocolate brown comes in to solve the problem. I also always recommend chocolate brown for women whose own coloring already includes brown, whether it's chocolate brown eyes or chocolate brown hair. As I always say here on the channel, when you match the color of your outfit, or especially the color of your accessories, to the color of your eyes, eyebrows, or hair, you create visual harmony. And beauty is visual harmony. Among the best color combinations, I'd especially highlight ivory. Ivory brings elegance, sophistication, and a timeless quality to chocolate brown. If you love that wealthy, old money aesthetic, I highly recommend this combination. If you're looking for something sophisticated but also a little more unexpected, I'd suggest pairing it with navy blue. In fact, this has become my favorite combination: navy blue with chocolate brown. Each color enhances the other, and together they make any outfit look incredibly sophisticated. And you don't even have to create a particularly bold outfit. It can be something as simple as a pair of navy blue jeans paired with chocolate brown accessory and a blouse in ivory, cream, or off-white. That way, you achieve a classic, sophisticated look that's perfect for everyday wear, even if you're simply wearing sneakers, jeans, t-shirt, and a basic handbag. Did you enjoy these color trends? Then you also need to discover the other trends that are already taking over fashion for the summer. Want to know what they are? Just click on the video that's appearing on your screen right now. I'll see you there.